Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's Period Products class. I am Zakira Abdul Hamid. I am the founder and VP of Operations here at Lamis Wound Care. And I started this journey after I started to see the disparities in menstrual wellness. And I'm very dedicated to making sure that we are making menstrual hygiene knowledge, products, and resources accessible to all. So I want to let you know that your presence here is valuable and your presence here is a step towards positive change. I want to urge and encourage period product companies to donate to Lamis Wound Care so that you can play a role in helping us provide essential products to young girls in schools and women in underserved areas. So once again, I want to thank you so much for being here and I want to thank you for supporting our mission. So let's get right into today's period product talk. And I'm going to share the screen so that you all can see today's presentation. So we're going to talk about menstrual hygiene management today. So we'll get a little bit into what is the menstrual cycle and why menstrual hygiene is important. So when it comes to the menstrual cycle, it is very important to know that this is a normal process. And this happens to many people each and every single month. It involves blood and tissue leaving the body through the vagina. And this is the shedding of the uterus lining, which is really good for your body because it helps to keep your uterus healthy. Now, when it comes to menstrual hygiene, it is really important because we need to understand that it means more than just having pads and having clean bathrooms. Menstrual hygiene means making sure that women and young girls can manage their periods with dignity and support. So this includes having policies and advocations for when it comes to menstrual hygiene, and then also making sure that we are making accurate information accessible when it comes to menstruation. We want to also focus on having safe and affordable menstrual products, as well as making places to wash and change accessible to all. So it's important for us to start these early practices of menstrual hygiene because it can increase self-empowerment of women and young girls worldwide. So let's get a little bit into the daily hygiene tips. So first and foremost, it is really important to wash your hands before and after menstrual products. I also want to encourage young girls to stay up to date with your annual checkups. So visit your healthcare provider regularly. And at these annual checkups, you will get these exams such as pap smears or breast exams. And these are really important as preventative measures so that you can catch any early signs of health issues. It's important to change your menstrual products regularly as well, and this will help with preventing any rashes or infections. Now, when it comes to keeping your genital area clean, we do have a video that goes more into depth, but as a general guide, it's important to wash the outside of your vagina, which is known as the vulva, and this is the area that is external that you can see. In addition to washing that area, you want to as well wash your anus. So it's important to do this with warm water. And if you are choosing to use any soap on the external part, which you do not have to, but if this is something that you are choosing to do, you want to use a soap that is organic, natural, free of any toxins or chemicals, and free of any fragrances. And once again, you do not want the soap to go anywhere internally, but it is safe to use externally if you desire to do so. If that is not something that you desire to do, you can feel free to use just warm water. And when you are cleaning that area, you want to be sure to wipe from front to back, never from back to front. And then, as well as that, once again, you never want to clean the inside of your vaginal canal because it is a self-cleaning organ. Then, as well, you want to focus on using unscented organic hygiene products. So when it comes to choosing the best menstrual hygiene products, you want to consider comfort, convenience, the level of your flow, and your lifestyle factors. So what is it that you do on a day-to-day basis? How does your flow look? Is it lighter on some days and then heavier on other days? You want to take all of these things into consideration when you are choosing the right products for your body. So these are the most popular products. And I want you to take a screenshot of this so that you can have it to remember the next time that you're in store shopping for a period product. So first and foremost is the menstrual cup. Now, well, actually, before we get into these products, let's talk a little bit about choosing the right products. So everybody's body is different. So it's really important to know what is comfortable for you and what feels safe for you. So once again, like I stated, you want to consider your flow level, your lifestyle, and then as we see here with the menstrual cup, this is something that a lot of people use on their heavier days. And then a menstrual pad is something that some people choose to use on their lighter days, depending on what their lifestyle is like. So I want you to understand that when it comes to finding the right product for yourself, it is a trial and error. So do not feel discouraged if your first choice isn't perfect, because you can always switch it up at any time and try different products until you find the one that works the best for you. And then in addition to this, we want to understand how to properly dispose of our menstrual products. So when we are using menstrual products such as a menstrual pad, we want to make sure to wrap the products in toilet paper or tissue and throw them in the trash, never flush it down the toilet. So it's really important to practice proper disposal of these products as well. So now getting into the popular products, these are the three that are the most popular and talked about. So first, going into the menstrual cup, this is something that is reusable. It can be used up to 10 years depending on the material. It is something that is cost effective due to the fact that it is reusable. It holds more blood and it is good for overnight uses, and it is environmental friendly. But when it comes to the cons, it can take a little bit of time to learn how to use it, and it can cause discomfort if it is not sized correctly, and it can feel a little awkward when it comes to cleaning it in public. Going into tampons, this is something that is used by a lot of people. The pros is that it is convenient, it is very discreet because it is so small and it's easy to carry. A lot of women that participate in water sports, they use these as well because you can still go ahead and participate in those activities while you are on your cycle when you are using a tampon. And tampons are sometimes used with pads for extra protection. Some cons when it comes to tampons is that it can be a little tricky to insert at first if it is your first time using it. As well as that, tampons sometimes are not suitable for overnight use if you're going to be sleeping over 8 hours, because you do not want to leave a tampon in for over 8 hours because you put yourself at risk for TSS, which is toxic shock syndrome. And this is something that you can experience if you leave your tampon in for too long, because you now have blood that is sitting in your body for a prolonged period of time. In addition to tampons and a menstrual cup, what is also very popular is the menstrual pads. So menstrual pads is very easy to use. They're very good for beginners. They can be used overnight, and they are available in disposable and reusable options. Now, when it comes to the cons, they may leak if they're not changed often. They can feel a little bulky, and sometimes they're not suitable for swimming. So I want to now get a little bit deeper into what it is when it comes to the menstrual cups. And I want you to understand the different choices that you have. So this is a good chart that you can screenshot to understand the different sizes that come with the menstrual cup, depending on what it is with your lifestyle, how your body is shaped, and what stage in your womanhood you are at. So go ahead and take a screenshot before we go over to the next slide. And then here is the different size options when it comes to tampons. So light tampons, they hold up to 3 milliliters of fluid. Regular tampons can hold up to 5 milliliters of fluid. And then super tampons can hold up to 12 milliliters of fluid. Now you always want to choose the tampon based off of the absorbency that you need. So based off of how heavy your flow is, you want to use a tampon that is according to your flow. So if you're having a very light flow, you do not want to use a super tampon, because sometimes many people may think, okay, if my flow is light, I'll use a super tampon because it can hold up to that many fluids and I don't have to change it often. But you still want to change your menstrual products regularly, regardless of how heavy or how light your flow is. So even if you are having a really light flow, you still wanted to make sure that you are changing your products regularly to avoid any health issues. So now getting into pads, pads come in all different shapes and sizes as we see. And with the pads, some pads have wings on them. Some pads do not have wings. And then you can see that it goes from a daily liner. So this is really helpful for when you are having any vaginal discharge. And then it could go all the way up to a postpartum pad after giving birth. Some of the most common pad sizes are the regular, the super, and the overnight. And as you see on this chart, feel free to also take a screenshot. As you see on this chart, depending on the level of flow and how heavy your cycle is, that's how you can decide which pad is going to be best for you. So a super pad is going to be best for heavy flow. A regular pad is going to be really good for light or moderate flow. Then an overnight pad is really good for overnight use because it has that extended part to it. And then we see for the postpartum, that is also really good for mamas that just got done giving birth as well and are in their postpartum period. And then when it comes to the long liner or the daily liner, this is really good for if you are just having any vaginal discharge. Now let's get into menstrual underwear. So these are menstrual products that are reusable. So the good things about it is that it is reusable, it can last for many years, and it is machine washable. Now the cons is that it is going to need regular washing. So you'll have to wash out the blood before you go ahead and toss it in the washing machine. And then as well as that, you may have to get a few pairs, and they can be a little bit on the pricier side. So you may have to get a few pairs because you will have to change throughout the days when it is a more heavier flow. So those are the different options when it comes to period products. But it's really important when you are purchasing your products to be informed because knowledge is power. So I want you all to focus on reading the back of the labels and checking the ingredients before you just buy something. So something I always tell the community, the front is for decoration, the back is for information. And in this community, we focus on being informed. So you want to always flip over and look at the back so that you can read the ingredients. You want to always avoid any products with the following, such as fragrances, pesticides, any synthetic materials, any super absorbent polymers, because these are the ingredients that are toxic to your uterus. So when we are looking for period products that are on the safer side, we want to look for products that are 100% organic with unbleached cotton. We want to also look for products that are fragrance free and made without any plastics. If you are choosing to use a menstrual cup, you want to look for something that is 100% medical grade silicone. And then you want to avoid anything with antibacterial inside of the label or on the ingredients because products with those type of ingredients can have other ingredients that are toxic to your health. So you want to look for the following and avoid anything that is antibacterial or made with plastics. And so for those of you that have signed up for this period talk, prior, you will be receiving this at the end of the call. So this is an exhaustive list from the Woman's Voice for the Earth. And they have listed every single toxic chemical that is in most of the common feminine care products. And it tells you what is the function of that chemical and then how it is toxic to your body. So this is a very good guide to keep handy on you when you are going to shop for your period products. So for those of you that have signed up for this period talk in advance, you will be receiving this at the end of this call. Those of you that are just joining on, feel free to drop your emails in the comment section, and you can also receive a copy of this guide because this is something that is very helpful because many times in the period products, we don't know what to look for, and some of the words we don't understand. So having a guide like this could be really helpful. So it's important to know that toxic chemicals do not belong in period products. And that is because it can cause decreased fertility. It can lead to reproductive disorders such as PCOS, endometriosis, and other things of that nature. It can also increase the risk of breast cancer and reproductive cancers such as ovarian, cervical, vaginal, and other cancers of that nature. And then as well, it can cause high blood pressure, asthma, and autoimmune disorders. So we want to avoid any toxic chemicals inside of our period products so that we can keep our body safe and keep our body healthy. So when it comes to choosing safe products, these are some of the products that I personally use and that I recommend because they do have safe ingredients and clean ingredients. So when it comes to menstrual cups, you'll see things like Cora, the Diva Cup, Honey Pot. For pads, you will see the same ones mentioned again. And these are really helpful as well as keeping this guide. So feel free to take a screenshot because this will help you to know which name brands to steer towards so that you can get away from the ones that are full of the toxic chemicals. Now, I know there are many more brands that are safe and have safe products. So as you all are learning, please share that with me as well so that I can share it with the community. And if there are any safe period product brands that are currently watching this video, please feel free to reach out to me so that I can share your information with the community as well. So it's really important for us to focus on empowering our body and empowering our mind when it comes to our menstrual cycle and our menstrual health. So I want to thank you all for joining this virtual class on period products. It's been wonderful sharing this essential information with you. And before we conclude, I want to share with you the opportunity that can help you to transform your menstrual health journey. So it's really important that we embrace menstrual cycle awareness because just imagine that feeling that you can get from being in tune with your body and understanding every single phase of your menstrual cycle and knowing exactly how you can care for yourself during each stage. Many people don't even know that our menstrual cycle is not just during the time of menstruation. Our menstrual cycle actually lasts during a full moon cycle. So, for the amount of days that the moon is in its cycle, we are also in a cycle as well. And there's different ways that we need to care for ourselves through each and every phase of that cycle. So, having menstrual cycle awareness empowers you to be able to listen to your body, respect its needs, and thrive in harmony with your natural rhythms. So, we discussed a lot about the best hygiene practices and how you can identify harmful ingredients. And by incorporating this information into your routine when you're going to shop for products, you can help yourself to reduce discomfort and enhance your overall well being. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing that you are using safe, healthy, and clean products that support your body's natural processes. Now, I do understand menstrual symptoms can be really challenging, but taking these natural approaches can provide relief without having harmful side effects. From us doing different adjustments in our life, like dietary changes, changing our products, there are many numerous ways that we can manage pain, mood swings, and other symptoms naturally. So allow yourself to envision a life where your menstrual cycle is a source of strength rather than a source of struggle. So your mental health is really also deeply connected with your emotional and mental well-being. And by you understanding and honoring this connection, you can nurture yourself in ways that support both your body and your mind. I want you to take a second and picture yourself. Picture yourself as balanced, as nurtured, and as empowered throughout your whole entire menstrual cycle and for the rest of your life, honestly. So, I want to invite you to take the next step in your menstrual health journey by scheduling your first personalized menstrual health support appointment. During this session, we will focus on how you can understand your menstrual cycle, as well as how you can align with your lifestyle throughout each and every single phase. You will receive personalized menstrual hygiene practices and safe product choices so that you can develop a natural and holistic plan so that you can manage your menstrual symptoms and any other symptoms that you may experience. So, with this, we will be focusing on your mind, your body, and your soul because we really want to get into the space of connecting with our body, connecting with our mind, and connecting with our emotions. So, by you booking this appointment, you are investing into your health, your happiness, and your overall well being. So let's work together and let's create a mission plan that empowers and supports you throughout your whole entire life journey. So thank you so much, everybody, for taking this first step to inform yourself about safe period products. And I hope that this has been really helpful to you all. I want you all to continue to empower yourself with knowledge, practice healthy self care, embrace your menstrual cycle, and go ahead and schedule your menstrual health support appointment now. You can go to icanbe.org. That's EYECANBE.org. And let's go ahead and start on this transformative journey together. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you may have. If you need any further resources or information, I am here for all of you to help and support you every single step of the way to make sure that you are in harmony with yourself, with your body, and with your cycle. So once again, you can feel free to go ahead to icanbe.org. That is EYECANBE.org and schedule your menstrual health support appointment. As well as that, make sure that you are following us on social media at Lamis Womb Care and feel free to reach out whichever way feels best for you. You can go ahead and click the number that is listed in the bio, or you can go ahead and send me a DM, whichever way feels best for you. And I'm here to support you throughout your journey. So, once again, thank you so much for taking out this time for being with me today. I really hope that this was helpful. And let me know if there's anything else that you need. I am here for your support and I am here for you. Thank you so much, everyone.